As the prophet of esports, I rely on trustworthy and meaningful data every day. Data from our research partner YouGov offers the most complete view of esports fans and gamers in the world, providing context to who they are, what they think, the brands they buy, and things they do. YouGov's connected insights and research services inform strategy at every level. If you're a team, a brand, agency, or rights holder, you should be talking with YouGov. Their partners measure and maximize ROI and are telling compelling stories with data. Visit yougov.com/gaming-esports to learn more.
Let's talk about Activision Blizzard, guys. Activision Blizzard, again, more personnel changes there. And this one, I think, significant. We had, let me just bring this up here. Sorry. We had a significant departure here. This is Activision Blizzard head of leagues, Johanna Faries, has stepped down from the role. And Brandon Snow has been promoted to the role. So Brandon Snow is going to head up both Overwatch League and Call of Duty League. It was revealed that Faries has been absent from a lot of the team owner monthly meetings. And she's taken a step back from the position to focus on the development of the Call of Duty franchise exclusively. So she's going to have, I mean, the official statement aside, basically what the insiders are saying is she's not going to have any role in Call of Duty League or Overwatch League other than through her role in the Call of Duty franchise itself. Anyone want to read into this? Like, good, bad? Do we like this?
It's just odd. I mean, I can give my first take, which is sort of what I said in the chat the other day. I mean, it doesn't. One, I know this is another episode of sort of the prophet. The prophet was right, so Paul could take his victory lap. But what is surprising to me,
so many victory laps, my legs are tired. I mean,
what is surprising to me is that they brought in Johanna who was a high level executive at the NFL, and I think when that hire was made, most people, not the prophet, saw through it. But I think the perception was for most people, okay, that makes sense. They're trying to build a professional league. This is a person that has amazing experience with the pinnacle professional sport in the US, if not the world. Great hire. She's going to bring all this learnings and all this expertise from the NFL. Boom, bring it into the Overwatch League. And I think it was initially the Call of Duty League. Then she took over the Overwatch League. Weirdly enough, 6 months later, now she's not doing either. But that sort of made sense. Then somehow she started running the Call of Duty brand, which, is not her background, right? Her background is running and operating and being involved in a professional sports league. Building video games, particularly building a video game like Call of Duty that's been around for 15 years and is one of the biggest IPs in the world, it's not really analogous. So it's odd that they sort of took something that she had really good background for and then moved her to a job where I would say she doesn't really have great background for. So it's a bit that's what is kind of surprising to me, honestly.
Does anyone think she'll still be at the company 6 months from now?
No. It was a great exit. It was a great opportunity to leave under understandable circumstances, despite other things that may have gone on. What was interesting to me here was you have this filing and this outrage of disproportionate treatment from the female gender, and what do? You lose a female executive and you promote a male. So I thought that was interesting. Whether or not he was qualified, it's like how tone deaf, to me. So I don't know. I want to hear from William because you hopped in. This is the new story, and Jeff and I have been talking for a while.
I don't know. I mean, I have a positive spin on it in the sense that I always think that, first of all, I think it's probably a bigger deal to be helming the entire franchise than helming the esports scene for a franchise, right? I also think people who are talented and high caliber can succeed in a lot of different roles, regardless of their background, and how applicable their background is. And I think particularly at the high level of business we're talking about, dealing with, right? A lot of the skills are people driven, HR driven, deal making. They're transferable, right? I think it was a lot for one person to be in charge of an entire franchise and the league within the franchise. Just personal opinion, why not? I feel like, why couldn't this be an exciting opportunity, to, bring more talent in and to have somebody focus a little bit more around their role. I think it could be a very positive story, actually.
William, sorry, Paul. I was just going to say, I love the optimism. What would make me feel better about it is if stepping down included a self-appointed replacement or someone that she had given her badge to and said, I want this person to take over for me. I advocate, right, for this person to fill my, kind of like when you leave a job and you say, hey, giving you my 2 weeks, I'm going to find my replacement for you. And if that person were also a woman or I don't know, another underrepresented person that we think deserves a space in at this higher level.
I mean, you're working under the assumption that she stepped down willingly, right? Or that language is accurate, which stepping down is classic language for usually being fired or being demoted, right? That's you never put a press release out saying, hey, we demoted this person, they've been doing a terrible job. You say, oh, they've stepped down, their responsibilities are changing, right? Like, it's never messaged. Like no one steps down from a huge job like that willingly. The only thing
I would say, to William's point, I think running the Call of Duty business is a much bigger job at Activision.
But she was already running that. She already had that. Right. And look, like, I wanted to bring up this other story.
I mean, like, counterpoint, like, you don't have like the CEO of an ice cream company also in charge of the Nevada ice cream factory. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm just trying
they put her in charge of both. They did. Activision Blizzard did, right? At some point, someone thought that was a good idea. I mean, there was this other story which backs what William's saying, which is, and all of you, I think, have said, Call of Duty is important to Activision. I mean, let's face it. They're saying, this article, Activision confirms all its core studios are working on Call of Duty. 2,000 employees working on Call of Duty. Like, I'm pretty sure they've given up on making any new games, and basically now Call of Duty is going to be the only game at Activision Blizzard. That's my sense, right? We'll be having this conversation 5 years from now, and it will be the Call of Duty company. It won't be Activision Blizzard.
And the stock will be $300.
It will be.
So I'm okay with it.
But like, I don't know. I saw this whole situation very differently from the get-go. And it, for me, this wasn't political in any way. It had nothing to do with that. It was just, they hired a person that seemed totally unqualified for the job initially. Just because, again, anything hiring traditional sports into esports has proven that those two things don't translate that well. The Call of Duty League and Overwatch League have been dumpster fires. And so I think Activision Blizzard has woken up to that and said, wait a second, this person's not really done a great job. We need to move them out. And this is the way they're moving them out quietly, because to Jimmy's point, coming out and firing this person right now in the current Activision Blizzard climate would be a total disaster. I'm almost sure that we're going to see a more graceful exit in the next 6 months once all of the bad sort of press has passed, and they can do this more quietly. But I have a funny feeling that they have soured on the results or the lack of results, and this person's being moved out would be my guess. And it was too much. It didn't make sense, to William's point. Like,
well, I don't necessarily feel comfortable speculating on that, but it is just odd that it's like she got, if the situation you're describing her, if that is correct, it's just a terrible move on their part because they gave her more responsibility, right? So I'm not necessarily sure I buy it. I more buy Williams, optimistic view of this is a massive job. And let's face it, the Call of Duty League is generating like less than $100 million of revenue, whereas we just pulled up that article. Literally, Call of Duty is generating $4 billion. So if it was, hey, let's carve out this little piece, maybe someone else, maybe Brandon Snow was doing a great job in line for promotion, and it was, why is Joe? This is wasting hours of Johanna's time when she needs to be focused on this golden goose. So I don't know. I don't necessarily think we should completely be speculating. Maybe she did. Maybe she's viewed internally as she's done a great job with the Call of Duty brand, and they're giving someone else an opportunity on the leagues. But we'll see. This will be another
time will tell.
Profit
I'll be
is
doing
right.
another victory lap. That's okay.